podcast for the week of June 17th through the 23rd. This is a general reading, meaning that not everything I say here will apply to every single Capricorn who watches this video. For more information, you may want to check your moon sign or your rising sign. And for those of you who would like to have particular questions answered or look at the energy around a particular situation, you may want to consider a private reading. You can find out about private readings with me at my website, www.amista.info. Once you're there, you can see all my contact information, get a hold of me, and we can get you scheduled pretty quickly. Let's see what's coming up for your week, Capricorns. Okay, first thing that we're looking at, guys, is your environment. And your environment is any place where you have energy or effort invested. What I'm seeing about your environment is that there is new information coming in regarding your environment. So if this is home, there may be some new zoning laws that are happening, or maybe there's some new surveys being taken of your property. If this is work, this could be new information about maybe there's going to be a change up in leadership. Maybe there's going to be just maybe one new person coming in. Maybe there's going to be some changes made to the actual environment that you work in itself. Maybe there are changes to where your office will be located, but some kind of information, new information coming in about something going on in your environment, Capricorns. Next thing I'm looking at does talk to me about your subconscious leanings. And Capricorns, you're feeling very bored. You're feeling like not all of your talents and abilities are being utilized. And so because you are feeling so bored, your subconscious is working on, what can I do to add some excitement to my life? Next thing we have coming up talks to me about learning style and also communication style. So whenever I'm looking at learning style, Capricorns, I feel like you are very thorough when you get new information. When you're doing research, when you're studying, whatever it is, you make sure that you understand totally and completely. And once you do, that information is locked in. It's not going anywhere. Okay? Now, communication style as of this week comes up to me as being really kind of quiet. I don't see a lot of heavy-duty communication going on this week. There is some communication around family or significant people in your life, but I don't see a lot of communication outside of that really happening. Next thing we have coming up talks to me about work. Workity work. So those of you who have been watching me a while, you know that work is two things for me. It is that way that we make a living, but it also has to do with those things that we do to improve our own inner character. So we're going to look at both ways. Looking at the way that you make a living. Looks to me like, Capricorns, at least for this week, you're feeling very enthusiastic and fired up about the work that you're doing. Fired up in a good way. Very happy about the work that you're doing. You're finding it very satisfying and emotionally fulfilling for most of you Capricorns. As far as inner work, what I have showing up for inner work for you Capricorns is you guys are focusing on controlling your emotions, making sure your emotions are not interfering with anything that you may be doing. So I don't feel like you're suppressing your emotions, but you're putting your emotions into appropriate places and you're trying to express your emotions in an appropriate way this week, Capricorn. That's your inner work. Goodness. Lots going on that phone. All right, so the next thing that comes up talks to me about growth and expansion for you during the week. Where are you growing and expanding? And it looks to me like you have been trying to strengthen your position in the tangible world. And right now it looks like it's really hard for you to keep your budget rolling the way that you want it to. So you may be having a hard time. If you're a contractor, it may be that you're having a hard time getting a contracts. If you are somebody who is working for somebody else, you may not be going to work as much this week as you would like to, or it could be that you're spending more money or spending more energy than you planned on spending on something. Okay. The next thing that we have talks to me about those things that you stand for. And what I have here is that, Capricorn, you were in a situation where things were not really going all that great and wonderful. And what you've decided from being in that situation is that you've gone from not wanting to make any waves to now you want to really be truthful about it when something's bothering you and say something to someone and say, you know what, this is eating me up inside. We got to handle this differently. This is not right. And so you are coming into a place where you're being much more truthful about how you feel about things going on in your environment and around you and in your relationships. And other people are like, hey, wait a second, what happened to the quiet little Capricorn that just went along with everything that happened? And you're having to stand up for yourself and say, you know what, that wasn't really working for me. So now I'm doing something different. All right. Next thing that we have talks to me about how other people perceive you. Oh, so apparently you've ruffled somebody's feathers, Capricorn, by telling your truest truth here about how you really feel, because somebody is seeing you as being a friend who's sort of getting on their last nerve. And I don't think that's going to be any surprise to you as you go through the week. You're going to know that. You're going to see it coming. All right. So pivotal energy for the week, Capricorn, has to do with healing. For some of you, this is actually going to be physical healing, but for the majority of you, we're talking more about healing in some kind of relationship, a friendship, or a romantic partnership. And I feel like the two of you are sitting down together and getting on the same page so that the other person understands where you're coming from and you understand where they're coming from. You may end up having to agree to disagree, but I think there's going to be a relief in the idea that you guys are communicating again. So as this healing is coming through, I feel like you are feeling a little bit unbalanced about this. Like your emotions are not exactly in a steady, stable place as this is happening. Okay. And so remember, I said you may have to agree to disagree. It may be that you really don't want to agree to disagree. You really want this other person to agree with you. But I don't really see that happening here. The other thing that goes on as you guys are coming into a more unified place than what you were is that you're realizing that, you know, you were missing this person and you're glad to have them back in your life. Like I said, it's a relief that you guys are able to talk in a more decent tone to each other now. We do end up with, because this is only like partially, I feel like this relationship is only partially healed up. I feel like there is still a great amount of insecurity for you as far as where you stand with this person once you get towards the end of the week, Capricorn. Okay. So that is your reading. I hope that you find this information helpful. Those of you who would like to have a private reading, just check out my website, get my contact information there, and then get a hold of me. The website's www.amista.info, I-N-F-O. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here, for hanging out, for supporting, for liking, sharing, commenting. I do appreciate it all. Everybody have a fantastic week, and I'll see you back here the next time. Peace out.